Hi everybody, it's me, Dr. William Hatton, and I am back with you today for day 4 of our low back pain management class. And today we're talking about rotation or twisting left and right. As always, we're going to talk about the anatomy and function. We're going to talk about posture. We're going to go over some range of motion exercises, some at-home therapy exercises, and some stretches. The anatomy of rotation comes from a lot of muscles on the back of the spine. They're really tiny muscles like the multifidi, the longissimus laborum, and the iliocostalis. I can't even say that one. Oh my goodness, I've been out of school so long I forgot how to speak Latin. It's iliocostalis lumborum. There you go. The internal and external obliques are also involved in the twisting motion. So anytime we're rotating, we're using both muscles on the front side of our body and muscles on the back side of our body. That's the moral of that story. When you are trying to assess your low back posture, if you stand with your head and your shoulders against the wall and your hips against the wall, with your feet maybe an inch or so away from the wall, you should be able to slide your hand behind your back. You should feel 1 to 2 inches of your low back away from the wall. If you feel like 3 or 4 inches, you might have too much lumbar extension. If you can't slide your hand underneath, you might not have enough and you might have a flat back. So these are postural abnormalities that we are looking to help with, and it's an easy way that you can test them at home. In this image, you are seeing an abnormal posture, although if you do see anybody like this, this is likely caused by scoliosis, the person on the right, and I, as a scoliosis a person with scoliosis, I guess that's what they call us, a scoliosi, I'm really well equipped to help because I know kind of I know how the experience works. I know what the pain feels like. I know how chiropractic helped me, and now I get to help you. Now, talking about rotation and twisting. So this is our range of motion. You would cross your arms over your chest and turn your shoulders and your arms without moving your legs. That motion, that rotation that you're feeling is mostly coming from the low back, a little bit from the upper back, but mostly the low back. Now, this is one of the yummiest, butteriest, most delicious low back exercises that you can do. All you need to do is lay down on your back and kind of bring your knees up 90 degrees with the floor and then slowly twist them to one side. You may or may not be able to get them all the way to the ground like the model in this picture, but if you just start to let them drift, you can even lay a hand on if you're twisting to the left, lay your left arm over your legs, and that will help kind of push them down a little bit. And that will begin to give you that knee flexion. You can also try this if you're seated, where you use your arm to push against your legs and turn with your upper body away from the legs. That's going to produce a similar exercise. Lumbar rotation can be done you can work this out using resistance bands, using weights, and this model is using resistance bands to improve his lumbar rotation, which is really using his internal and external obliques, as well as those small low back muscles like the multifidi and the longissimus. A really beautiful low back stretch is the full cobra pose. A few days ago, we introduced this idea of lumbar extension to you as baby cobra. That was one of our exercises. Now we're seeing this as a stretch where we get deeper into that lumbar extension by lifting yourself further up off the ground. Now, of course, if you're not able to get onto the ground, this might not be the stretch for you, but you can even kind of push back in a chair by using your arms to push away from you. And that's going to give you a little bit of this sense of lumbar extension. Now, if these are helping, that's wonderful. Keep going. We'll have day 5 next. And if they're not, keep going anyway. There are other tools that you can learn to add to your at-home toolkit to manage your own low back pain, mostly without any equipment. Thank you so much for tuning in, and come back tomorrow for day 5.